Alright, there we go. Hi, chat! Uh, Today's stream might be a bit shorter. I'm not completely certain. Because last night's stream went like another hour and a half. Hey, welcome in! Yeah, last night's stream was a bit long. So, this morning's stream might end up being a little bit shorter. I don't know. It's probably gonna kind of depend on how I feel after like about an hour. So, anyways, we are playing Z.A.T.O. I know nothing about this game. Why is it like that? Hold up. There we go. Wait. Alright, hang on. I know what the issue is. Hang on. Gotta go to here. Switch to... Why would you do it like that? There we go. Holy fuck. Congrats on your 50 stream streak. That's a lot. Alright, is it working? Yes. That is so many streams. Why am I not tracking? Hang on. There we go, I'm tracking. That is a lot of streams. Alright, well, hi chat! I had to fix the game real quick. So, it's kind of mostly in this style of software. I can't remember what it's called right off the top of my head, but I've played games that use, you know, this kind of, what's it called? Like a base. And if you play games like this, and you have them full screened, especially if you have two screens, it does not work. I've had trouble with this before. Honestly, this is kind of the same issue with like even Minecraft. A lot of games have this issue that I'm thinking of. Full screen. Renpy. Yes, Renpy. Yeah, I've noticed it mostly in Renpy games. If it's full screen and you have two monitors, it does not work. Minecraft, I think, is just picky. Alright, but... I'm gonna actually drink some of this before we start. That is sweeter than I remember. Alright, but... Yep, let's get started. Hopefully I'm in a good spot for this. Hey, what's that though? You know the game? I found it, I don't know when, but it's just been sitting in my Steam library for a while. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute for just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots, like Frey's music. I mean, the music is pretty good. Frey's the creator of the game, they do Russian Vocaloid stuff. I might have to check that out. I don't think I've listened to... No. I think I've listened to a little bit of Vocaloid. Right. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily... I already read that. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots on it than it does dark spots. Is this loud? This feels loud. Yeah, we're gonna knock these down a little bit more. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine bright as it can. I find that really cute. I don't remember where I read about this. Must have been some newspaper from years ago. That small piece of trivia still pops into my mind whenever I look at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. Guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just blazing around in our parts, with the constant snow. The people that go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read that newspaper. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. Not just saying that to mean amazing. I mean improbable. You can't deny that the world is full of great coincidences. That is true. There are a lot of good coincidences out there. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself how much of it we can actually attribute to pure chance. The universe was so kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, size of the globe or distance between Earth and the Sun, none of the beauty surrounding us would exist. Some would call it a miracle. And of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it is perceived. That conscious need emerges later, as the child develops self-awareness. Till that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so we need to be observed. So the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares our priority just doesn't make sense to me. Though, you can also think about this way. The child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. What if that child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? It's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. It is the world. Duh. Wait, now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? Same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us as a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed, because there's nothing more a world can do but to observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is, as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You can say that its observation value equals infinity. That value may seem absolute, but it isn't really. Not in mathematics. That value may seem absolute, but infinity plus 1 exists. It's a value that the universe could never reach as a singular, albeit infinite observer. I feel like we're leading to the void stares back conclusion. Honestly, probably. That seems like this is probably where that's going. Either that, or the planet is going to be vengeful towards people that aren't paying attention to it. This is either going to be void strikes or void stares back, or planet is attacking. Sounds like a certain demon. Oh, hello, Void, who is standing in the doorway and staring at me. Hi. Yeah, you knew we were talking about you. Even before actually being talked about. You heard your name. So I had to create new, finite observers to add to its infinity. Need to create sentient life. Sentient life is the +1. So what I'm hearing is the planet is sentient. What are you doing? Actually, I don't care that much. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now, isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely just to have us here. It worked so hard just to share its one joy with us. Us worthless insects. Oh, no. Oh, no. This can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. I should have expected this. Should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. This world truly is wonderful. 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 I apologize in advance. I'm going to try and sound out this last name. Me. Ira... Grachevskaya is missing. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Grachevskaya? What? Seriously? She's just skipping. She ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on. You know her. She's totally... Silence. Teacher taps her journal on the desk. I think that was a bit more than a tap. Kira's parents filed a report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. Teacher raised her voice. So, if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ira, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after school. That is all. On to the lesson. The chair creaked in the back. Wait, you really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah, we're shocked, you know. We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmate's missing. Her friend. Our Irochika. The room filled with repulsive giggles. Cut it out. Karin, sit back down. Teacher's voice sounded just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turned towards the blackboard to write down the date. Y'all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, that's... Oh, I can already tell what this is gonna be. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. Oh yeah, this is a great time for someone to go missing, you know? The weather is perfect. I can't tell. Does sarcasm go through microphones? Also, I'm realizing I should probably have my, face tracking be down below my screen instead of at the top of it. Because every time that I look at the text, I'm pretty sure it closes my eyes. And I don't think... Yeah, let me... If I do this, is it fine? This is really hard to check because I have to, like, look at the screen. But if I turn my eyes to, like, the actual OBS side, I can't tell. Alright, I think what I'm gonna have to do... Hang on. So I need to just lower my seat a little bit. Hopefully... Yeah, this should help. A bird flies past the window. Watch yourself on stream delay. The only thing is I don't necessarily know where I'm looking or if I'm blinking. Also, for me, I'm pretty sure the stream delay is almost non-existent. So there's not a ton of time for me to... Yeah, there's, like, at most a second. Disappearance? Yeah, break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? It's a myth. You can file a missing report whenever... Specialty if it is... Especially if it's a kid. Oh yeah? Hey, let's report each other missing and see who they find first. You're on. No, but seriously, what's with this sudden hubbub? So she didn't come home. Big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? It's just... Grachivska... Yeah, Euphoria. But her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more than that. I mean, you've heard of some of the weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? No way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Honestly. Hey, she's like for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? A bunch of people have seen him together. Some older dude. He's like 30 or something. Ew. You're serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. Slowly I walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. Not sure why. I know why. They're making light of a person being missing. I know exactly why it's pissing you off. It's not as if they aren't making sense. It's not unusual for her to wander off somewhere on her own. Not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There is a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ira. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Nobody will come to save me. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, that's still a missing person. Her poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Yura would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. Still. It's not like we've ever been friends. It'd be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? She's just that kind of person. Always getting herself into trouble. Always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right. This wouldn't be the first time Mira left for God knows where. But is it really true? This stuff they said about that older man. Never even seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time... I suppose it's plausible, knowing how some girls are. Even so, I never thought Yura would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck. Huh. I put it that way, it's almost... yeah, it's most definitely cute. Yura in love. Forbidden love, too. Wow, I'd never have guessed. Never took that girl for a romantic. But she's a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those types of books. So perhaps she was planning to elope all along? Crap. It's all so complicated. I'm really torn on this. I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such beautiful, young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Yura is really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Hey, Shabina. Huh? You know anything about this? No? Why would I? Well, you two are pretty close, right? Whole group chuckles. We weren't. No? No, not at all. Really? Really? I thought you two were... I'm not certain on this word. But I feel like I should not be saying it. Huh? They all erupted in laughter. Mainly because this guy seems like kind of an asshole. We weren't... We didn't even talk. Vladimir, you dumbass. Agreed, just leave it there. Got it. Yeah. Grativskaya. Screwing the old guy. She ain't like that. I don't know. Some chicks swing both ways. Never know these days. Why couldn't you have gone missing? I don't, it's... Look at her face. Chill out, Shabina. We're just kidding. Jeez, this is not the time to be joking about this kind of stuff. Especially with the person kind of not being able to, like, even defend them. I guess, in general, they're missing. And if it's something that, like, she's wandered off a decent amount of times, and this is the first time it's actually being reported, that means that there's definitely something different about this time. Why are you getting so scared anyways? You really, is lesbian or something? I'm not. They just keep laughing. Couldn't even say to that. No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If you're came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She's probably just coming late today. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she's already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puffy jacket in the cloakroom. And now, she's going down the corridor. Up the stairs, to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right? Right, that's it. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ira's coming. What's with the face? You look like you're holding in a shit. She's still... Dude, these people are so mean. I'm not. Never talk to her. I told you. Steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. Never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right? Why's that? I think the answer is standing right in front of us. In this account, we want a boyfriend? Like, legitimately? If this is what we're dealing with? Yeah. Huh? I don't know. I just... Dude, look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What? You want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Sabina. Wanna go with Igor? Fuck no. Hell no. Nah. Come on, he's a great guy. If he's anything like you, I don't believe that for a second. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. Not doing this. I bite my tongue. There I go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyways, so I keep doing it. Flop down at my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. Need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. Ira came in through that door and beat them up right there and then. Did it really help my case? I mean, probably not, but at least they get beat up. Probably keep saying those same things behind her back. And to my face. Because it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I shouldn't have wished for that. If you saw that, just add fuel to the fire. So it's a good thing that she didn't interfere. It's a good thing that it's a really great thing. At least those guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. Can't focus on studying either. Keep thinking. Last time I saw Ira, teacher said her parents saw her leaving in the morning. She didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira's always had a bad attendance record. So I assume she skipped as usual. And went to see that man they were talking about? Did she go to him right away? Because in that case yesterday evening... Go home, Messiah. Or Asya. His teacher's office. Was it? Kinda scared of going straight to the police. But I should probably report that. Not sure if it'll be of any help. For some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me. There's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might also be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. Vera really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule. Would it really be alright to ruin it? I feel like the question here is, how old are you guys? Because if you guys are like 15-ish, and he's 30, I think it's fine to just kind of ruin this for her. Yeah, I think that that's something that you can live with. Crap. I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, ugly. Whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that guy is. I just can't. Good answer. Really no better than the rest. Wait, that's it? So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. Must be the good in me screaming, don't ruin their good fortune. They're probably so happy together right now. It's none of your business. Gosh, yes, that must be it. Tell them. This is hopefully not going into, well, I'll just keep it to myself. It explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. It's kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So let's keep silent, and everyone will be happy. Are we hearing this, chat? Are we seeing this? Are we kidding? I'll be happy, the good irrational me will be happy, and the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. I don't think the cold reasonable you will be happy, otherwise it is not cold and reasonable. Yep. Good job, Asya. You solved it. It sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Is this gonna be the whole game? Well, no need to loaf around here anymore. Guess I better head home. Counterpoint! Counterpoint. What if, and bear with me here, what if Ira is actually missing? Despite all odds, there's always a possibility that she's in danger. If there's ever even the... Now you're talking. Yeah, now we're speaking the same language. If there's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. It's true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ira being in danger and my words being the key to saving her makes for a strong argument. Oh, my words being the key to saving her. Wow, yeah! That would be so amazing. Then I'd come to visit her in the hospital and she wouldn't know how to thank me. I accidentally clicked way too low. I'm gonna like move my mouse all the way up here. She'd say I shouldn't have. She'd say I told you to leave me alone, dummy. But then I'd just shake my head and respond, it's nothing. I was just doing what I was supposed to. No, I've gotta come up with something cooler. Yeah, you can do that after you, like, tell them. You can give them information. Actually, you know what? Considering how your teacher was acting, maybe go straight to the police. Maybe skip the middleman, cut out the middleman, go straight to the police. Just right there. Make sure that your information actually gets there. We're not playing telephone. No, I gotta come up with something cooler. Need to think about that. Wait. Why is she in the hospital? I do hope Ira do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Jeez, of course not. I don't need my freaking... I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. I just keep having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. Made my decision. Going to the teacher's office. Where was it again? I doubt they expected anyone to come. Probably looked kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking down the staircase to the right, down the hall. There, that's the teacher's office. Oh? A girl. This girl's standing there, right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Her town is really tiny, so is her school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. She turned to look at me. Not sure what she's expecting, so I nod a little. Is there a queue? A queue? To the office. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Okay. Hey. What? You're Asya, right? Yes. How did you know? That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me too, right? Sorry. Really? That's what I was just talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. Say that tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. We learn about the people outside of our intimate circle through gossip or common friends. I haven't made any new ones since the day Z.A.T.O left. Gossip? Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that. I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay attention to them too much. Wait, when I put it like that, it kind of does sound like my fault. My point is, when people regurgitate the idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name's Melina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Krachivskaya? I feel like I pronounced it different every single time that I've said it. It's because I keep trying to sound it out. How did you know? What do you mean how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. I see. For some reason I thought they only broke the news to us, your classmates. But it makes sense they'd at least give the upperclassmen a heads up, just in case they happen to know her. Which means... You also know something about Yura? Yep. That's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. What'd they tell you? What'd you tell them? That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that out in the open, Asya. The wall's got ears. Oh. I understand. Sorry. Okay, well you don't have to apologize. Crap. Making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just go in then. Maria suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. Sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her finger at the tact of each syllable. Why? Because... Bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Just because I acted rude? Didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. Just can't help it, can I? It just meant I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I directly search her face for any signs of mockery. But weirdly, I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm going to believe this girl and then she'll just laugh in my face about it. Serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me. Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait, does that mean she's a friend of Ira's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any. At least not at school. Hang on, my voice is dying. Alright, there we go. That was really presumptuous of me. Wonder what Ira is like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as the classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but I got so caught up in all of those stupid rumors. Kinda slipped my mind. She knows. But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Well, Rena looked around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, you'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hand. Not sure what she has in mind, but doesn't seem like a prank. Still. Wait, I know Ira's probably fine, but isn't it better to play it safe? Faster we share all we know with everyone, the... Quiet! You! Yeah, sure, let's talk. Dodge just past her. I mean, is that an option? Can we do that? Actually, why? Why would it be worse to give that information? Is it a teacher? Does this go deeper than I thought? Actually, no, this wouldn't be a surprise at all if that was the case. It just said that we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Huh? Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet either. All my stumbled protests sound so weak. They might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report at all. So what? Carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. Deserve to testify. Some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. So there was something to it in the end. So I was right. My heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that since I get to hear what Marina has to say. But this can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for something or for anything to stop me? Whoever it was, I guess I don't mind to this, after all. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself into the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. But wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? The fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me towards the right path, that's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room. I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along. I can feel my doubt turning into excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Ira. Well, I know more about Ira too. The whole wide world wants me to know. There'd be a good reason for us not saying anything. Perhaps I should move my mouse to the side. Episode 1. Ira. How long is this game? Oh right, I forgot. I actually got the tracking to like show motions and stuff, so I can think this one you probably have seen by now if I can get it to activate. And then I have Angry is a little bit harder to actually activate. I don't remember how to do that one. But I can activate Sad decently easily at the right angle. It's down here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, I actually got the stuff working, so we're a little bit more emotive now. The hell's your problem? Everyone is looking from Ira to Garen, to the chair that just crashed into the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Is this the time we cheer? Huh? Gratiska. Skya. What the fuck? Is she insane? Someone call the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ira storms towards Garen. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hand and slams it on my desk. Hastily grip onto it. Read that again, I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? You're nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him and turns around and stomps back to her desk. Classmates who were caught up in a laughing fit just moments ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. They scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag and heads towards the door. Crazy. She ignores him. Where are you going? Hey! Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. You... Grachevskaya. What? What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Your threats fall on deaf ears. Everyone knew. Grachevskaya. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira has no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. Guess they call someone like her a problem child. Her parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its... let's say... exclusivity. Okuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. You're lucky to be here. To have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to good people in the neighboring towns. Or to have access to good people in the neighboring towns can't even dream of. You Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Hira appears out on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's meant to be spotless. Like a weed that sprouted into a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all of the family, they say. The blame falls on the people responsible. That is, on Hira's parents. Many questions begin to arise. Why is the daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granting so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum of raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? Heard a lot of talks like that. Heard more after Ira threw a chair at Garen. I didn't get why. Everyone was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library when school was done. And my bag slipped and all of the contents scattered on the floor. Of course they would get curious about it. Of course they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. People laugh, well, what's it matter to me? Couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. She rarely shows up to school, and even when she does, she can just leave at random. Couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Oh, that. Also, I was really scared. Ira never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garen, it was like I wasn't even there. 2 weeks after the incident finally happened. Crossed paths. Went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. Came through the door. And there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. Didn't even know she was at school. Oh! Hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. Hi. I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business. So I just sat there, thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. Just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy. But wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo, too? Assuming she did all of that for me. That would just make me look self-centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes? Maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard the sound, what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait! Huh? I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hand. Cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. Got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. What am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of a toilet stall? What? She raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open. As if I'd just gone mute. As if my every word and if every word in the Russian dictionary just got wiped from my brain. Whatever. No, wait. Simple things can do that. Yeah. Just say thank you And then if you need to specify the event. And from there you should be good. No, wait, please. Took a step closer to her and she jolted away. Like I were a... I don't know what that means. Didn't know what I should say or ask. Just knew I had to say something. Even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The windowsill. When you sat smoking there, right by the window. Thought, weren't you cold like that? Huh? She blinked. Not really. Maybe a little. Thought so. Anything else? No. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I figured I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garen read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She had me for several seconds, which, to me, felt like an eternity. She then sighed, slowly flipped her hair back. Why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. I see. Looked down at the tiled floor. Knew that was the case. Of course, you can still thank someone. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I had to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward, wrong. Why does this always happen? Soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. She spun around and walked towards the door. This time I made no attempt to stop her. Your poetry isn't stupid. Huh? I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? More importantly, what was the slap sound? Was that the door, or was that... Did she say that? Did I hear it right? Your poetry isn't stupid. Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Bratuskaya, yeah. The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right. Need to get back to the classroom. That Ira was going to be the next lesson. Wash my hands from nothing in particular. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. Went to school, same way, sat through the lessons, then went to the store. Then to the library for a walk. Then, when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Huh? A notebook. Just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? I'll be real. Even if you didn't do your business, bathrooms are still gross. Wash your hands. Yeah, you still touched something that was in a public bathroom. Maybe at least just a quick, like, minimal hand washing. You know, a little bit of soap, just something really quick. Oh, Sue? Nah. We borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? It's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? Lifted the scrap paper up to me. No. Forgot I left that in there? No. It's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? It really looks like you if you were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joke around with me. I hate to break it to you. Joking around is probably not how I'd put that. Considering it seems to be consistent, and specifically at your expense. think there's probably better words for that. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I keep imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. Started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. Keep thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. Thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer, started to take new routes. It's embarrassing to think about it now. But... Ira! She just walked past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. Guess I don't exactly stand out in the crowd, but... No, it's my fault for mumbling. Should have spoke louder. Though it took all my courage just to mutter that much. Even though I think, definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim, don't talk to him. What? Remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Okay, maybe do talk to him. Yeah, get your money back. Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday. Jeez. You remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. You sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? So petty. Probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she shows up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking that. Maybe he really did forget. No, he's just an asshole. Like, maybe don't lend him any money in the future also. Because this is going to be a pattern. Who knows? Really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. Not exactly starving. Lately I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah, maybe if I eat less of this stuff, my skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. I'm not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? Nobody's gonna send you home for it. Oh. That's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. Considering how you've interacted with people and how you've kind of treated a lot of people that are being very much not nice to you as, oh, they're just joking around. Are they actually nice? At least when they're not joking with the guys. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. Suppose we have very different senses of humor. But never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. Okay, yeah. A 15-year-old and a 30-year-old. Yeah. I think that we probably need to fix that. 14. Same thing. 15 plus 30 was crime. Yeah, I don't know what age of consent is here, but even if that is, like, If that even ends up being, like, technically legal, I doubt it is. I fully doubt that is. That is still weird as fuck. And gross, also. Like, both of those things. Same thing. You gotta learn how to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? No. No. Say no. Yeah, just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. No. I don't know. Come on, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna love it. No. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. Do not. There's like at least a 50% chance this is not in your favor. You say they're nice. How much I believe that is like maybe 5%. Alright, but... Come here then. 50% being very generous. Yeah, that's... very generous. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. We need Ira back. We need to bring her back. We need her here to fix whatever this is gonna be. Like 9% sure she comes out looking like a man. I was thinking clown, so... Ditto, yeah. Don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal of making someone feel bad. I can assure you, people do. I can assure you there's, like, people that make that their entire personality. I really believe that. You should stop believing that. If someone's doing something hurtful, you don't fully understand it. No, a lot of these people, they understand it. And the fact that you're allowing it is what makes them continue it. So I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I should wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them, or scream at them, or punish them, or anything. I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor, covering my face. Don't need any teacher seeing me like that. The toilet's closed so I can wash off this mess quickly. But I should stop falling for these pranks. But... sorry. Lift my face without thinking. Oh no. What the hell? Her jerks away from me. Can't blame her. Must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. God, I can't handle her looking at me like this. Sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run, run, run. I just need to get to the restroom. I just need to wash it off. After about a month, reality has dawned on me. I keep telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that... I kept repeating it again and again. Again and again. But I didn't believe it. At some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me. She cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at a classmate she found annoying? When they just happened to be making fun of me? Her not joining in? Her telling me she liked my writing? She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Boy. 3 coins clinked against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered? No, he was probably beat up for that money. There. Thanks for that unforgettable night. Kill him. Hypothetically, is there an ending we get to kill him? Bring everyone around erupted into snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Ah, very funny. Please, get a sense of humor. This is dragging down the class morale. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. Let myself believe something would change. Thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. It's just being greedy, plain and simple. Getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid. Can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. No, you don't. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit, but better late than never, right? Got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey! Even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate those little encounters with Era for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garen all scared and confused. Or that one time nobody gave my work a compliment. Or someone gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that, because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, as each moment has a lot of merit on its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now. Till I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. Have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have 2 living parents. I have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch, buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with class. I have good grades, and teachers tell me I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. Help them with their studies when they ask me to. Maybe you should stop doing that. Unless they are, like, genuinely not mean people. It's right. Got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. You mean the jokes that are probably at your expense? Even if my sense of humor isn't the best, no, it's theirs. All of this. I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act as if that weren't enough? I didn't finish reading that. You idiot! Huh? What? Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? So... It looked like she was going to slap me, but instead, swings her boot against the snow hill. She then turns to me and starts roughly wiping clumps of snow stuck on my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. Yura, how did you know I was here? It doesn't matter. I heard the asshole Garen giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. Clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. But normally, there's nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance, and my legs were starting to get tired. Half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. Flakes fall gently to the ground below. Look at Yura. Face is... Huh? The word concern flashes in my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgment like that. Yeah, we can tell. Shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't I shouldn't. The question escaped before I managed to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garen was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's going to punch me. Ira's going to punch me, for real. She's going to punch me, then never speak to me again. I don't even say sorry. I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. We're gonna do that real quick. I've earned it. Alright, thank you for the hydrate. And good evening. Good time zone to you. No, not really. Huh? Doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah. Pissed me off. And you pissed me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believed that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. Looked at the moist, crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? Stare at the shriveled up piece of paper and something about its whole existence feels extremely sad to me. You wanna burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh! No, thanks. It's wet anyway. Fold the letter and shove it in my pocket. It'll get damp inside, but I don't care. Can't throw it away. Fake confession is still a confession in the end. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real, I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. Huh? I smile at her, even after I said I'd come to terms with it. No, right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. Couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. That small involuntary thought that crept into my mind. Never I felt slightly lonelier than usual. Even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Flustered. Ira's flustered. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. That's just so cute. Huh? What's with you? Right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. I'm going home. Huh? Already? Ira gave me a quick once-over. You take care. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. We wave to each other, and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. Feels like there's still so much I want to say to her. I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. Turn and walk a couple of steps in the direction of my home. No. Change my mind. I run back. Crap. My legs are still stiff. Turn the same corner Ira passed not even a minute ago. And she's already gone. I sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. Went to school the same way. I sat for the lessons, went to the store, then to the library for a walk, and when it got dark I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say, "None of your business," if I did. And she'd be right. Even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. Thought about how interesting it would be if we talked. Even tried to stay out longer, started to take new routes. As naive as it was to behave like that, I kept doing it, again and again. Walking, walking, praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Nobody saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Then she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like this. So, choosing truth when playing with these guys. Maybe you just shouldn't play with these guys, like in general. Not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. Chose to embarrass myself, and as I did so, I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so she did. Now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walked to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance, while the boys skirt out of her way. Only Garen doesn't. Move. It's a stretch, but I hope this isn't turning into a yandere situation. Okay, but hear me out. If it is, we can just kinda get rid of this guy, maybe? Just, like, save us a little bit of torment. You know? If I know, honestly, half of one thing of human nature, you remove the ringleader, you remove the one that's kind of pulling the strings, and the group collapses. If he's out of the way, the others will likely be at least a little less bad. It'll still be bad, but it'll dim out a bit. Move. Nah, it's the rush. Come play with us. Dude, you serious? Come on. Have some fun for a change. Look, Shuvena's having fun, right? Please don't look. Yes. See? Bear doesn't flinch. Out of my way. For what? You gonna throw a chair at me? I mean, there are definitely desks you could throw too. To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly put her bag on the nearest desk. She started digging through it without saying a word. Karen lets out an awkward chuckle. What? Got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. A knife! Whoa! Karen jumped back, bumping into another student. What the fuck? Everyone shifted away. What was that? Huh? The hell? You... Something silvery shines in Ira's hand. It's a bow compass. I mean... Yeah. Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn to jeers. Laugh all you want, that still has a pointy end. Psycho, nutcase, crazy. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way back to the desk, looking unbothered. It's just like last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers. No, most people think she didn't plan on helping me at all. That's what I'm inclined to think as well. Yet, my unreasonable heart is still elated. I'm getting some really silly thoughts. 2 times where Ira lashed out again. The 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be a coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times, and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yeah, guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only... didn't do anything. Really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's been 2 weeks since then. I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about your ignoring me at school, or anywhere, anymore. Because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It's everything I could have hoped for. But, still a very greedy person. It's still not good enough. I still keep looking for her when I'm out. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. At some point, I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about. Strolling along the main streets, the courtyards, the community center, at the store, the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. It was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home. Which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that? Every day? No, I really doubt that. The other, more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered. That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that. Bother the heck out of her. I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away. She could even attack me. Whoa. But for some reason, I really didn't think she would. My breath halted. Oh. Hey. Hi! The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here, aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. Never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so it's a safe bet in my book. Nice Ira here, of all places. Again? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? Seriously sent you all the way here? What? No! I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll? Here? You're smoking like a chimney, all by yourself? I mean, might as well do it somewhere where it's warm. Yes. Okay. Yura gives me an incredulous look. Do you, like, smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Yes. I know that. Wanna try then? Huh? Smoking? No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. But awkward start. can't let it end here. I need to just, and what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the Institute? Yeah, something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh. You bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Yeah. I mean, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. Ira's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. Ira and I weren't cut from the same cloth. When I spent my days looking for an excuse to stave off the minute I have to come home, Ira is cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. It goes against everything I've heard. It makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. That yandere thing might be, a bit more accurate. Why is everything red now? No. She only said her mom forgets her lunch sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. Doesn't take long to get to the Institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Yeah, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. So apparently we just evaporated her for that. Ira walked back into the building. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Karen doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. You're Pitbull, then. Pitbull? Hey, that's spot on. Can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. They think we're friends? Well, not really. But looks like they've picked up on it. You're reacting like that to me being used as a laughingstock. So it wasn't just me. It's not just my wishful thinking. That's nice to hear. Even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garen's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with the attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Yura can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but... Wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? The only school in town. Where else is she gonna go? Damn, good point. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah. To a relative or something. No. Oh, man, now that you say that, everyone pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. No, no, no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ira is a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. This can't happen. No. It can't. It can't. It can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. You can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She's caring. She is... Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it'll all be over. If they do, then I won't... We just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me. Even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head to look out through the window. Snow falling lightly on the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra. Far past the fences, past the mountain range. So far away that I can't picture it. So far that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back on the spots I'm sitting at. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person do so much more? Why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? Is there anything that I can do? Bird flies past the window. Ira. What? Really using up all my luck these days. Ira sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did the first time I talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick to her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I know you don't like going to class as much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says you'll get sent away. That your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stopped skipping now and then, maybe you won't have to go. And you're having a hard time with study. If you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. It's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It's just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. Wonder, did I do the same with Tosia? When Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years. But now that I think back to it, it's all so hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. Because I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yeah. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around? Yuri's expression darkens. Don't worry, we were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. Checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at this kind of stuff. When I hit Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Igor stormed past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait! I said it's fine. We're just playing a game. Really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. Wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It's Garen, right? No, Shurikov. Same difference. Fair enough. She walks out of the quarters, I tag behind. Not sure what place Yuri has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings up open the door to the boys' restroom, and loudly marches in. Huh? Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry. We're sorry. He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Yuri into the bathroom. The smell is so much worse than this one. Look around and see Yura's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Yuri steps on the toilet bowl. Please be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank, secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. Look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Whoa! Wow, thank you! Yeah. Oh, what? Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Oh, you okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Dunno. Didn't see anything. Huh? But why would I be in the men's toilet? Gross. Ah, I see. Thank you again. How'd you know it would be in the boys' room? You think she'd go into the ladies' room? No, I actually suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. Can't keep doing this. I know. Should have checked there from the start, instead of running around the whole school like a... No. You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much? You won't get any better if you keep doing this. You'll only get worse. It's not that bad. I can't just say something like that to them. Sorry. Why the hell not? Well, I wouldn't be right, and love of... It's not like I've never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me. And nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everyone's laughing. I can't look at people in the eyes like that. When I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And I know you're okay on your own, but So what's your plan? Huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously? She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya. Yeah? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. Spoken role Gary and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine. But why am I here, whining and clinging to her like a leech? I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? Poem. Why? What kind of question is that? Because I liked him. Oh! Really? You liked him? You liked my poem? Why else would I ask? That's... Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something, or maybe in a specific meter, or... I don't care. Anything. Alright. I'll think of something, then. I'll try. Yeah. You do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. Watch her walk down the empty corridor. Empty. Really stayed in school for way too long. Shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school, same way, sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then the library, or for a walk. Then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. The music is speeding up. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. Never asked where to. Kept imagining scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. Did it when I was walking home from school or to the store. I was just wandering the streets, killing time. Kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. Thought how interesting it would be if we talked. Even tried to stay out longer, started to take new routes. As naive as was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Oh. Ira! Hi! What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh, no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh, so you do go to the library? What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? It looks like she's really weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. It's kind of unfair, though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague by Chemists. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message, though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically it's that evil is an inherent part of life. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. Even if you do good things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. Huh? Guess there are some okay people in the world, but it's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. I've met at least 3, all in this game, in the past, how long have we been streaming? 2 hours. And all of them are in your class. You serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Yes, he is. Uh-huh. Really? I don't think he means it. Yes, he does. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I actually, think that's something Chemist and I can agree on. Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? Think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and they're really horrible, awful things happening every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear. Not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysus something, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyways, he said evil is not a being. If it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay. So Hitler's not evil? That's a rather extreme example. I mean, it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, oh, don't try to justify him. I mean, it wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists, it's freaking everywhere. Just cause a reason for it doesn't make it better. Of course not. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. Omni what? It's like, doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some big evil force inside us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yeah, it's not. I know that. But it's a kind of being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Because it's the idea of being itself, right? And, I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I expected. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. Ah, for a second I felt a lump rising in my throat. Then, I realized something. Fear doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but hi, demon. Must be nice being able to think that way. Like everyone's good, deep down. Like nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. It's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Oh, even angrier. Yeah. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagine you were throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying towards 100 Garens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Here is like a... Bodhisattva? Dozens of hands, half are holding furniture, half are for stationery. Is that, I'm assuming this is mythology. Out of all the mythologies, I feel like Slavic is the one I'm least knowledgeable of. I'll have to look it up at some point. A halo of chairs and compasses. Halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses. 100 times more halos. You are surrounded by 100 halos. Oh, is someone near Nirvana stays behind to help others achieve. Ooh. Very cool. I'm guessing they have hundreds of hands and stuff. Or 100 hands. Or is that just for this? Talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. Tell her about some of the books I've recently read. My impressions, my interpretations. Not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening, though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for a sign of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh, jeez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. I understand. But, some of those novels sound kind of interesting. I'll check them out, if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid... philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? Just said thanks. Sorry. Fear gave me a look of threatening. So threatening I cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoy them. She nods in approval. Oh, and the books I read, they were, yeah? Angelique. Huh? By Angelique? The romance series? Yeah, it's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know? I know. My mom really likes them. They seem wonderful. I never got to read them, and, didn't really expect you to be into... They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. Yes, you are. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're alright. Okay. I'll remember that. Here, it looks like she's about to say something else. Then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. See ya. Yeah, see you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It's even nicer than I imagined. And I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. It kind of feels like I've hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time, I have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we could talk about movies. Wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to a cinema. That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. She skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyways. Guess that's Ira's modus operandi. Operandi? To some degree, I understand it. But I still wish she showed her face from time to time. If only for one lesson. Probably wouldn't talk even if she came. It's not something we ever do in class. So, I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with you, Shabina? Huh? You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart? What advice? Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change. It's great to see, really. Yeah, it is great. So proud of you. I give no credit to you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, Fathom. I'll do that. You're welcome. Grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. Couldn't care less about that. Even though she isn't here today. I don't mind. I know we're going to see each other soon. I'm going to do everything to bump into Ira again. Walk the whole town up and down, so that we see each other. Scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe. No, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking. But there's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. Make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. Make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira! Hi! Huh? Oh, jeez. It's you. She sighed with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so happy to see her. It worked. It worked. It really worked. I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of the town. She was crouched down by a wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette with the other. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer. She shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've seen Ira curled up in this way before. Think about her posture screams exhausted. Why out here? You okay? She mutters something. Huh? On me. What was that? Didn't quite catch it. Take a tentative step towards her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. Huh? You're spying on me now? What? No! No! I was just walking here. At a garage lock? Lot? Yeah? She gives me a look of such contempt. It sends a shiver down my spine. Why? Not lying. Really. I always take these walks after school. Going to the same route gets boring over time, so sometimes I go through here. Or through the barracks. Or a couple times I even went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there? As I speak, I see Ira's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. This isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she'd believe a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street. Or near the community center, but it'll get colder soon, you know? So, it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going. I need to keep talking, because that's what I wanted to do with her. I want to talk, so I have to. Because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up, and we'll clear everything up. She won't think that I'm some creep. I just can't stand it. Can't bear having her glare at me in silence. And, you know, the views are really great here in the outskirts. The sky's bigger, and you can see way into the tundra, and... what I mean is, I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I hoped she'd be here. Like, I hoped she'd be wherever I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagined at all. Not after our last meeting. Not after everything. She just stared at me. She's just staring at me. For a moment, her eyes soften. Then she closes them. As if just looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. God. Can't I be alone for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. I waited for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out, or even just, whatever, it's fine. But she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Bye. Silence. I walk away. The cold wind blows in my face. Thank you for the hydrant after that, real quick. The mounds of snow on the garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they'll get completely buried. I'd like to have a snow hill form over me, too. They look cozy. Actually, wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. Guess tea would be the obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that likes to have warm soup with them? That would be cute. Should have asked her about it. I feel like I'm going to cry. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? Plans. I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. Sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, you're serious? Think we could sneak in? No way. I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. You can have those older girls there too, right? One's from grade 10? Oh, I bet Machina is going to be there. Like she'd talk to you. Hey, you don't know that. I said we're not crashing anything. You won't let us in anyway. Ugh. That's true. Where are we going then? Whose place? Not mine. Got Grandma coming over. Can't host. You? Me neither. Let him? No way. Dad's been... He's kind of tired recently. Really? Yeah. Just whatever, though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear ya. My mom's also out of it. All the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. Right. It's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. Need to help Mom decorate the house. Should I remind her about that? Feels like all of us kind of forgot about the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment Ira would move away. Ira. She's absent again. Not surprised. Just really wish that I could clear things up with her. Not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again? What for? Did I really do something so wrong? Because I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Will more apologies really cut it? Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. Then maybe a small gift. That might be weird though. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. Could I even buy with this spare change? Maybe a little treat will do. A waffle? Would she like a waffle? The hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why? Why does my mind always go to some weird place with her? I should just shut up. Focus on something else. It's just so difficult to do these days. Difficult. I've gotta try. I like a waffle, just saying. I mean, who's gonna turn out a good waffle, or turn down a good waffle, you know? A waffle's a waffle. Especially if it's like a Belgian waffle. Those are so good. I've gotta try. Inhale. Exhale. There. A little clearer. See the sidewalk a little bit better. The buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. It's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Though perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. I can really get sick from this. It's been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. It's not just the temperature. The house and the outskirts are getting snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. Winds are picking up too. When I cover myself with a scarf, it feels like my face is being pelted. Not meeting anyone out here in this weather. Should have gone to the library today. Time is it? Maybe I can still make it. Closes at 6, so... No, for sure not. Oh well. I've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined with lights. Oh! There's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall. And bare, for now. Well, I like it as it is. The way that snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. Alright, I'm getting into a bit of the festive mood. Wish the frosts weren't so prickly. And I'd look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out on an evening like this. So why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? Every answer to this is embarrassing. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. I make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head. An obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. Perfect plan for the evening. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. That's just my option, or my opinion. But Dad's guests find it quite welcoming. Though judging by how quiet it is... Turn the key and enter. Slowly pushed open the door. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yeah. Got no visitors today. Hang my wet coat up to dry and take off my shoes. Quietly go down to the corridor. Hi, Dad. Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I don't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it'll be calm. Wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Out with friends again? Hi. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. Go in and open the window, then turn on the light. She squints from the sudden brightness. Want some tea? I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite of her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything, neither am I. It's not awkward, per se. Just pick up the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. We're both used to this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with your own mother. You ran away from her, even though she has so hard. So hard. You traitor. Brat. Ungrateful filth. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Do I think that if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless. So I direct my attention elsewhere. What was I going to do? What was I... Oh, right! Pick up a pen and start flipping through my notebook. Vera asked me to write a poem. Just thinking back to it makes me so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Vera liked my poems. Nobody has ever said that to me before. Well, Dosia did. But that was years ago. The poem. One that Garen read. What'd she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? Ah, that's it.
Сырая черная земля, не обнимай меня так нежно, не рви наряд свой белоснежный и спи спокойно. Только я буду царапаться и биться, а иней пусть себе искрится, и пусть летят по небу птицы, и светит бледная заря.
Never mind, it does show up in English. O damp black earth, do not hold me so tenderly. Do not tear your snow-white attire. Sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will beat. The frost will still glimmer, and birds will fly across the sky, and I didn't read the last line. Huh. It's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garen was too nice. But at least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Vera liked it. So maybe it's not all bad. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least, worthwhile in Vera's eyes. That's all I really need. She got angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I mess up a lot. I really mess up a lot. I doubt she was in a bad mood because of me. But, I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be so mad anymore. Been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I just can't get the words to flow right. Today, though, I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when the parents yell at them. Don't even know when she'll show up at school again. Bumping into her on the street is a tough bet, especially with this weather. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing to lose. It's the worst case scenario. Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to hell and back. And when I hand the poem to Ira, then it'll all be worth it. Ow. My wrist is tired. I'm gonna totally wear down this poor eraser at this point. Gotta remember to buy a new one. It's just a bit annoying. Even though I ask my classmates to be more careful, they always forget about it. Forget, yeah, that's the word. Didn't used to do that before. But now, whenever I lend a textbook to someone, I specifically ask them not to doodle in it. Despite that, they always come back with crude drawings all over. Can't hand them back to the library like that. I'll get in trouble if the teacher sees it. I lean back in my chair. Maybe this is your hint to stop letting people borrow things. A week. That's how long it's been since I've last seen her. It's not exactly new for her to skip for several days at a time, but a whole week? Nobody else seems to be bothered, though. Shouldn't be either. It's not her job to be my, I don't want to call her pitbull. Either way, it's nothing new. Nothing new, nothing bad. Maybe Ira's taking in the town she's grown to love. Who knows when she'll return here after she moves out. I get that. I would do the same. But still, I just wish I could see her. Is she still mad at me? I really hope not. But if she is, I have just the thing to help it. That's right. It's done. I wrote Ira a poem. Wonder how she'll react. Wonder if she'll like it. I really hope she likes it. Maybe she'll smile. Or what if she gets flustered? That would be so cute. I want to see her make that face again. Keep walking around. Don't really expect to see her at this point. It just feels like a duty I need to fulfill. Like a soldier patrolling the streets. Whoa, that sounds pretty cool. It's not like the weather is harsh all the time. Real colds will settle in a couple of weeks. The wind can get annoying after a few hours, but aside from that, it's bearable. It's pretty. It's all good. The main road, the 2 residential streets, the community center, the helipad, the garages, parking lot, the school, the stadium, the research center, the kindergartens, barracks. I've seen it all 1,000 times. Perhaps somewhere deep down I'm a little tired of this view. But I can't hate it. I can't pretend like I won't miss it when it ceases to exist. When I finish school, I'll go to the university. I'll tell everyone I'm from Vorkuta, not Vorkuta 5. Because Vorkuta 5 does not exist. People from there do not exist. Ones outside will ask me something about Vorkuta and real Vorkuta, and I'll answer with zero hesitation. If I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be allowed to leave at all. To leave, you have to deny its existence. If to deny its existence no matter how much I want to exist. I have to deny. I have to. I have to. But it's tough. So tough that I'm not sure I'll ever manage. Realistically, I'll probably slip up and blurt out something incongruent. Do slip up a lot. I did not read that. Maybe I should stop. I lower my scarf and take a big breath. Ouch. I'm seriously gonna catch a cold from this. At least my head feels really clear. Look up and see the familiar purple-gray of northern twilight. No, not twilight. Today's the first day of this year's polar night, so I won't see the sun until the tail end of December. It's nothing too bad. Personally, I don't mind the dark. Some people seem to get really depressed during this time, but I'm not one of those. If I stay out here for just a little longer and wait for the clouds to clear. Started making my way back. Silence, Discord. Shoot. Away. There's that old playground just around the corner. That's right. Used to go there all the time with Sosia. Even back then, it was kind of unpopular, but they built a newer one just 5 minutes away, so we often got to have the whole thing to ourselves. Is it still working? Yeah. I can't tell if it's lagging. It looks like it might be lagging on my end. Are we getting a bad buffer from the stream? Guess that's why we like the place. Somehow today feels quieter than ever. When did you get in here? There's a demon in my room. Somehow today feels quieter than ever. Hear the faint clinking sounds of the wind passing through the swing set chains. Oh, there's some issues on my side. Right, it might be just the mobile on my end catching up. Huh? I slow down. See a figure sitting on the frozen merry-go-round. A drunkard? No, we don't have those kind of people here. At least not out and about the streets. The frame doesn't seem to belong to a man either. I approach, gently making my way through the snow. My Velenki sink into it with almost no resistance, almost zero sound. It was the last time we had snow this soft? I don't remember. Perhaps I've stopped noticing the crunch of snow under my feet. Perhaps it's me being too focused on the person I've now recognized. Z.A.T.O. She's hunched over, elbows on her knees, hood down despite the cold. Her hair is tangled, half wet from the snow. What is she doing out here? Smoking, or... Huh? Stop a few meters away. Ears letting out quiet, gasping sobs. Ira? She looks up fast, as if jolted awake. Eyes red and puffy, face raw from wiping it at it with her sleeves. There's a bit of snot on her upper lip. What do you want? I don't know what to answer. What do I want? All I can think about is how I've never seen a person look so small. Girl wiped her eyes again, then stands. She stumbles a little, trying to regain her usual posture. What? Another one of your hangout spots? Damn creep. Voice cracks halfway through. Well, enjoying the snow? Or the show? I slowly shake my head. No. What happened? The stream died for a couple of minutes. Yeah, the Wi-Fi, I think, buffered for a second. Or like, every once in a while, you have to, like, unplug it, plug it back into keep things. I don't know. Wi-Fi is somewhat fun. But it's back. I think. On this end, it's not loading. Also, thank you for the streamer care package. Let me do that real quick. Muting the mic. Alright, thank you for that. Let me drink some of this real quick. Have a good stream. Bye. Hope you've had fun. See ya. Wait, we're gonna be going for so much longer. Alright. No, I just saw you. Vera rubs her nose on her sleeve again. Her hands are shaking. Then, go back to wherever the hell you came from. Go home. Vestia. This isn't for you. Take a small step forward. I want to say something. Anything, but my head draws a blank. Before I can squeeze out a single word, Vera turns around and stumbles through the snow, away from the playground. I can't even muster the courage to call out to her, let alone follow. I simply watch as Vera vanishes into the alley. If not for her footprints, I believe she was never even there. The snow keeps falling. A feeling I've long forgotten swells inside me. I've learned not to acknowledge it, so it got buried many layers deep. The hollow space inside my chest grows darker. The sky is full of pinpricks. The world is looking down on me, but not in the way other people do. It's kind of gentle. I don't feel small under its gaze. Its eyes are pure and tender. Hello, David. Episode 1, end. Episode 2, Melina. I feel like this is probably a good stopping spot. Wait for it to pop up. Save here. Okay, what time is it? 8. Yeah, we have about 10 extra minutes. But I feel like this is probably a good stopping spot because we're getting into a second chapter entirely. Does it have an autosave section? Auto. Quick saves. Yeah. So I think this is probably going to be a good point to stop for now. Just because, you know, it's a very nice, like, split from chapter 1 to chapter 2. Look at the, yeah, we're going to back to title. We've saved there. And we got a couple things in the gallery. If each section of this is gonna have like 2 images, this is a long game. Alright, let's see. What can I do in 10 minutes? Nothing I can think of, actually. I did say I was probably going to end up ending a little bit. Scrandle? Scrandle? What is Scrandle? Scrandle is... Yes. Game. Real language guessing game. That could be fun. The only thing is, when it comes to things that are like specifically web-based, I have to set up my screen a specific way. And doing that while the stream is live is playing with fire. Is there like a Steam version? Because if there is, I can do. And no idea if there's a Steam version. I don't see one. I mean, on that same kind of category, I could do maybe like a single round of GeoGuessr. Maybe 2 rounds if it's quick. Yeah, web things I definitely need to have set up in advance.